I think fundamentally how this DeFi and blockchain actually solve some of this problem is it removes a lot of boundary and a lot of inefficiency that's locked up in the old way of how things are being done. For example, you just mentioned that if I'm buying a treasury or a bill or short-term bond assets, the typical way is that you have to go to a bank, negotiate a contract, and there's a paper contract paperwork they have to get done so that you are now the issue you a bond contract and you hold on to it, right? And when you actually want to sell, there's probably only a few brokers that you have to go to get that thing liquidated and get it back in funds, right? And all these things have human involved, and they have contractual lawyers involved in actually doing a lot of this thing, right? But if you take a view that what I think is exciting from a developer point of view here is that what actually is being happening today with blockchain is that a lot of this contract are being rewritten on the smart contract basis on the blockchain itself. That in engineering term, we call that Turing complete, whereby they can execute and self-governance on their own, right? The rules are written into a program that's self-governing itself, right? And this makes these assets being able to be transferred between users and peer-to-peer wise without human intervention, which improves the efficiency by a lot, right? In this case, I don't have to wait for like banking hours, which is what I think a lot of us came from a background, like Swift today. Only work from 9 to 5 or 9 to 12. Sometimes the bank is really nicer to give us extended hours when the bank is open, right? And that itself is why remittance are so slow, right? And we came out with a lot of different ways, like pool of money and an entrepreneurial product that's actually just trying to bridge the gap between an old inefficient way of funds, of how funds are being moved. But right now, because you're actually not really interacting with a human anymore, right? Everything is on a living, breathing basis on 24/7 on a smart contract, living on an open blockchain where anyone can interact with, of course, with all the rules and boundaries built into the smart contract. It means to say that we can operate at the speed of the internet. You at 3 a.m. in the morning, if you have a tokenized assets like a stablecoin in this case, or maybe a RWA like a tokenized treasury bill, you can go to a smart contract that is not governed by anyone but by a set of criteria and programming, and that liquidate it immediately via API, right? And that itself unlocks so much building capability that allows a lot more superior user experience and product to be built.